Today in Garry's mod, we're going to take a look at a pretty cool crafting mechanic mod. Because, well, I don't have any weapons. How's it going, my friends? This is the one and only sandbox crafting system. And this is said system. It's a, well, crafty table. Now to spawn this in, all you have to do is simply hold Q, go into entities, go all the way down, and there it is. Now when you do spawn this table in, it's going to let you, well, craft and make things using materials, and that's not typically something that does happen in Garry's mod. Now this mod is very simple. All you have to do to use it is simply, well, press E on it. You'll get a menu. You can press B to close the menu, or you can even press F, which we'll get to that very shortly. But you can see we have a few categories here. We have weapons, ammo, utilities, and ingredients. Now, in order to make any of these things, you need ingredients. Now, ingredients can be made in a few different ways. For one, you can use your own health. I'm not even kidding. Reclaimed metal, right there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna feel that one in the morning. And by taking 20 of our health, we have made a barrel. Now, this barrel counts as reclaimed metal, which is a very important resource when you're trying to make things like an SMG. Alright, but what if we want to make a basic weapon, the most basic of all weapons, like a crowbar? We need scrap metal. I also do like that all of these weapons do have descriptions, which is pretty dang cool. Really adds to the lore aspect of it. Whatever lore a crafting table could have. Alright, so we do need scrap metal, so we're going to go to ingredients. Scrap metal is going to take 5 of our health, which is not too bad. And you can see it makes like a pot here. Now when we go into this, you're going to notice that it's green. Go ahead and make it. And bam! We now have a crowbar. And this was all made possible because of that metal we used. And you're probably noticing, well, wait, how does it know? And it's because of proximity. So if I go ahead and make some scrap metal, we can see that it's green. But if I take this scrap metal too far away, now it's going to be red. It will not let me make it. So there's a certain proximity to where you need these items to be. Now that's one way to do it. You can also go into the props tab and you can even just spawn the props in and save yourself the cuts and bruises. Alright, so we can use any kind of pot or pan. Like right here we have like this type of pot. This does still count as scrap metal. Now if you want to know which ingredient is which, go into the ingredients tab and you can see a nice rotating 3D model of whatever item represents what. So you can see here scrap metal, typically like pots like this, electronics, computers or radios like that, combined scrap, typically like barrels, and then here's even more scrap, and then wood is, well, wood. And I'm pretty sure you guys do get the gist of it. Explosive items count as explosives. It's all pretty self-explanatory and easy to understand. Now, what if we wanted to make a stun stick? Now, stun sticks, of course, do have some form of electronics because, well, they shock you. Let's go into here. Let's see electronics. Now, we could take our armor, which is different than the health that we normally took away. Or again, you can simply find that radio in the props tab, and there it is. Now we can go ahead and make that stun stick. And voila! We now have a stun stick. This is a really cool mod, and it's really fun. I'm not going to go over how to make everything because I just want to kind of give you guys the basics. What about this, though? To make a shotgun, we need an SMG. So some of these weapons do have prerequisites, like the 9mm right here. You can see it needs a crowbar, and we have the crowbar, but we need scrap metal. So I'm going to go ahead and put some scrap metal down, and now we can make it. Now you're going to notice there is a bit of a problem though when we do this. Although we now have a great 9mm pistol, we are now missing our crowbar. Now if you want even more details on which ingredient is what, you can go to ingredient groups and you can cycle through all the different types. You can even see it gives you the name of the thing, which is pretty cool. So to make an SMG, we need 5 reclaimed metal, 2 explosives, 4 electronics, and 20 of our armor, which we cannot escape. We need that armor. Now again, explosives can be anything like this, or it could even be the explosive barrels. So both of these count as the same thing. We have 5 of our reclaimed metal. Now when we take a look, we're only missing electronics now. And the electronics can be any assortment of radios or other types of devices. I spawned in these two. You could spawn this or this. All of these count as electronics. So Now that we have everything we need, you can see there we go. Of course, taking 20 of our armor there, it's also going to take a bit longer to craft depending on what you're making. All of that has been taken, and now we have our very own RPG. Now you might be asking yourself, well, Necros, what's the point of all this? Why would I do this when I could just spawn things in? And the creator of the mod does list a very good suggestion in the description of their own mod, and that is that you can use it in stuff like the Half-Life 2 campaign. I mean, these barrels, this is a resource right here. Now, of course, you have to go in and actually, like, spawn the thing, which, you know, you could go in and you could just spawn the weapons, but that's not the point of this. It's not fun. Because if we're being honest here, you can just no-clip through the whole game. And, you know, that's a more efficient way to do it, but it's not fun. The cool thing about this mod is it is usable in this campaign, because even if you don't have the resources nearby, you can simply give your own health or armor. Now, obviously I have a regenerating armor and health mod, so that's going to kind of make it a bit moot. But if you didn't have that on, and you really did want to add a bit of challenge, you totally could just use your resources, your health, your armor, to make the things that you need. And obviously you'll be weaker for it, but it'll give you the things you need. Like, we haven't even talked about ammo here. What if you need some ammo for your pistol? Well, bam, there you go. Pistol ammo. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to go over the utilities here. You can see you can make health, armor, grenades, anything that you need, and it does require different things, because obviously you can't give your health for things and then make health with it, because that wouldn't make any sense. But this requires paper and electronics, two things that are not involved with your health at all. And then of course we also have all the different varying ammo types, even in different sizes, which I think is pretty cool. Now I do want to mention that you can make your own ingredients by going into the options tab here, but as you can see, it's kind of a lot to go over and it might be a bit daunting for most people. So I'm really happy that the creator just kind of went ahead and made it just work out of the box. So if you wanted to just make the basic stuff, you can do that. So hey, the next time that you need a weapon, why not make it yourself using the crafty table? A really fun mod. I was a huge fan of this, and I love mods that introduce entirely new mechanics into Garry's mod, and this truly is something special. But hey, as always, I'd love to know what you guys think down below. Links will be in the description. Leave a like, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys again for watching this video until the absolute end. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, have a great day, and farewell.